All right, so what I have here is a 2019 Volkswagen Atlas. I imagine the instructions are similar for similar model years. But my problem was this front camera, not the sensors off on either side, but the front parking proximity camera got chipped by a rock and was super blurry and unusable. So in order to fix this, I'm sure Volkswagen would charge you an arm and a leg, or I guess the sort of easier way would be to rip the whole front bumper off. I wasn't really down for that. So what I decided to do was squeeze my fairly medium-sized hands in here and attack it from just the ground. So all you'll need as far as tools is a T20 bit, which is the little star-shaped bit, not hex, but star-shaped T20, and roughly a 6-inch socket. You'll also probably want a powerful magnet, a small one. And I'll show you why. So, but all you have to do is there's a screw, and I'm not going to do this again. I just got this working, but I'm just going to tell you what I did. So there's a screw that goes on the left-hand side by my finger here, basically right behind there. And a screw on the right side, right behind here. You have to get your socket in here, line it up with the screw head, and very painfully undo the screw. It's about just shy of an inch long, so it's not terrible. Get the other one. Now these screws will want to fall, and there is a hole in the bumper right underneath. And the screws will fall down that hole if you don't manage to hang on to them. So what I did is I took, imagine this is my strong magnet, I just wiggled this around down here until you could feel that it caught the screw. Then I pulled it back up. And then while you're holding this right here, you should be able to feel from behind and get the screw out. Recommended to just be very careful not to lose the screws, the last little bit unscrewing by hand. So anyway, you unscrew one here, just inside, so not here, but just right here, and just right here on the back there are two little clips. You just squeeze those clips toward the middle once the screws are out, and this front cover plate comes off completely, and then you'll see the camera exposed. There's two more clips here that you just gently pull apart, and then the camera comes out. This is my old one that I just replaced. You can see it's missing the front prism glass thing there. Comes out like this with this sticker up, and I'll put the part number in the description. I bought mine on eBay. It was about 40 bucks. But anyway, it goes this way is up. You just push on the little tab right here, and the cord should pull right out. Pop the new one in, reverse the process. So gently shove it in between the clips. There will be some play to it until you get the front cover back on. Slot the front cover back in. Now you might be able to get away with not putting the screws back in. The clips hold it on pretty well, but if you go over a bad bump, I suppose it could pop out. So then you want to carefully put the screws back in from behind. And this is where I kept losing the screws, trying to get them in the hole. So if you can get your hands in here, the smaller hands you have, the easier it is. But that's all it took. I started my car up, no calibration was needed, anything like that. I think Volkswagen says you should, but as far as I know, this camera has nothing to do with like the highway distance sensor or anything. I think it's just for parking assist. So my car didn't know that the new camera was installed, and the camera's working great again. Good luck.